Yo, what's good, people? Jeff Logan here, Becoming the Beast Podcast. Let's get it. First episode of 2025. Let's go. It's been a long time coming. Announcements. This podcast has been brought to you by none other than Logan Performance, No Beast Mode Apparel, and Become Nutrition. Also, if you want to join BTB Academy, shoot me over an email to info@jefflogs.com. That's info@jeffloagz.com. You can find that email in my Instagram bio, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can find that in the description, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. More meet and greets will be announced. More meetups will be announced in the coming months. Stay tuned. First podcast episode of 2025, The Awakening, BTB Podcast. On the BTB Podcast, I'm dedicated to inspiring you to unleash the beast, your beast. And what is that? It's the raw, untamed potential that lies within each and every one of us. Obviously, I'm your host, Jeff Logan. And today, we're setting the stage for 2025. We're setting the foundation for 2025 because it's going to be a journey. 2024 was a journey, but we don't want to repeat the year. Good or bad, we don't want to repeat the year. We want to level up. And the way we do that is we tap into our potential. I believe this year has the capacity to be a transformative one for all of us. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is the inner beast? What is my inner beast, right? Picture this. It's that deep-seated drive, right? The fierce determination, right? That unrelenting spirit that, again, is in each and every one of us. There's no one who's not. But the inner beast is either awake or it lays dormant. It's the part of you that yearns for more, right? That pushes through barriers, pushes through challenges, and goes against the status quo. So this episode is about awakening that beast inside you and learning how to harness the power of it to create a meaningful change in your life. So to understand our inner beast, we got to embody this concept, right? So in my personal life example, I'm sure you guys seen that viral video where I said where you are is not where you have to end up, right? Viral video on YouTube has the most views on my page. And I was basically working at a moving company. My aim that day where I made the video, my aim was to make $50. $50. That's all I wanted, right? Was $50. That would allow me to throw a little gas in my car, eat, go to the gym, and just survive another day, right? Now, that was basically, it was like a lottery. Nothing was official. You weren't a contracted employee. You kind of just show up. I'm sure there were people who were illegal there. I'm sure it was felons there. I'm sure it was people from all walks of life, right? I didn't belong there, and I was accepting a lower position in my life because I didn't add value to myself. I didn't awaken that inner beast. That inner beast was sleep, right? So I was just kind of accepting what life gave me, what life threw at me. And I was going to do something that was just good enough. And in BTB Academy, I had a whole BTB live. We have a live meeting every single week for about an hour. We get on there, we have, Q&A, and we just all gel together, and it's really, really motivating. And one of the lessons in BTB Academy was about just good enough. And in that moment in my life, I was being just good enough. Like $50 a day was just good enough for me, right? I wasn't taking steps to awaken that inner beast. Honestly, I was scared of that inner beast. With that inner beast comes a massive responsibility. So that day, I didn't get picked. I didn't get picked to work. So sometimes the universe has a way of forcing us in a position where the only option we have is to be strong or to repeat. We can either be strong or we can repeat, right? Because I could have went home, been broke, and repeated the cycle the next day, hoping and praying that I would get picked to make $50 in that day. I made a video because I was sick and tired of it. I was fed up, and I decided to. And you know what? Going to the moving company was the comfortable position. It was the comfortable choice. So I decided to face my fears head on, attack my goals. And that video was basically to hold me accountable because I knew I needed to do so much in my life to make that video look so minuscule, to make 'cause it was the biggest thing in my life, meaning I made the most money from working at that moving company with the least amount of risk. Because when I worked security, it was the same $50, but I was risking my life because the clubs I was working in was the lowest of the low clubs, shootouts and shady characters looking for cheap entertainment. So I was like, well, at least I can go make my $50 here and not risk getting shot or stabbed. So when I made that video, sitting in the car, hey, where you are is not where you got to end up. And I'm a king. I have a royal mindset. I knew that speaking those words would hold me accountable to unleash my inner beast, to make this video look so unbelievably minuscule that I would laugh at a $50 a day, unofficial, under the table cash job. So yeah, I mean, through that whole journey from then until now, which I would say is a 10-year journey, which, in that journey from then until now, there are a bunch of roadblocks. I teach in BTB Academy that mindset is gonna be key to you overcoming any sort of obstacle. I faced obesity, I've lost over 100 pounds, had a huge amount of self-doubt. I didn't think I was valuable because of my mindset, right? Because that inner beast was locked the fuck up. So what I did next was what set me apart. So again, I confronted my fears head on. I locked in on my goals. I transformed my body and my mind. And if I didn't, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. If I didn't, you wouldn't have read my book. If I didn't, my kids wouldn't be in private schools. If I didn't, I wouldn't travel the world. If I didn't, I wouldn't have a multi-million dollar business. If I didn't, I wouldn't mentor people. If I didn't, I wouldn't have any standards. If I didn't, there wouldn't be any joy and excitement in my life. If I didn't, I wouldn't have life lessons to pass down to my kids. I wouldn't get recognized in public. I wouldn't motivate you. I embraced that discomfort and I made that video because I knew that video would hold me accountable. I knew there was no turning back. So let's break down what I did after realizing I was unhappy with my life, right? I wrote down my fears and my desires. I faced the truth about myself. I wanted to be a successful businessman. I didn't make the NFL, was not good enough for the National Football League. Now I realized that I had that NFL shortcoming. So my son can play higher level football than I did. He's already 10 times better than I'll ever be. Yeah, we had a curl competition on Instagram. It was cool, but if we got on that field and we do a race, you're smoking me, you know? But I knew what I wanted to be. The difference from knowing what you want to be is getting serious about what you want to be. Because I said in BTB Academy, I said, hey, if you go out in the street and ask anybody walking by, hey, do you want to be rich? Who would say no? Hey, do you want more money? Who would say no? Everybody's working, hustling, even somebody homeless, they want more money. Everybody wants more money. So it's not about who wants it, it's about who's serious about it. Instead of shying away from the challenges, as I often did, I faced them head on and I leaned into them. I created a plan. I set the goal because the first thing was my body. This is something I have to take around with me all the time. I live in here. Right? This is my temple. This is the temple that I personally live in. And mind you, your body belongs to you. Don't let this go over your head. Your body belongs to you. It's something you have. You're not your body. It's something you have. It's like an accessory that you operate through. You don't walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I'm body. My name is body," or "Hey, I'm the body." No, you're you, and it's something you have. Even your name, you're you, and your name is something you have. Your body's something you have, something you use. And you got to separate that from you. And who are you? At your core, the spirit, the divine essence that, again, inhabits this body. So I knew I'm carrying around, walking around, utilizing this body as my instrument of physical manifestation. So it needed to be the best through willpower, discipline, and relentless training and dieting and environmental changes. I changed myself. I embraced the discomfort of early mornings, late nights, grueling workouts, when I didn't want to do it. I transformed my mindset from one of self-doubt to self-mastery. Become. Be, and then it comes. Every day we're becoming something. The question is what? And that mantra of become, it pretty much separates you from the lower self. You can resist complacency and face every challenge. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or an athlete to embrace your inner beast, but you can get better. And the principles remain the same. If you want to start a new career, improve your health, build stronger relationships, you channel that same energy and that resilience that I did to be better. So, how do we begin this journey? Action. I want to encourage you today, right now, to take action. Grab your journal, piece of paper, and let's dive into your fears and your desires. List out your fears. What have you always wanted to achieve, but fear has held you back? Is it the fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, fear of success? Write it down. Acknowledge it. We're not giving it power by acknowledging it. We're simply being aware of it, right? Number two, identify your desires. Now, what do you truly desire? If you need to know what a desire is, go back to the Want versus Desire podcast. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? A desire is something that is deep within. It's hidden in you. You can't fail to get it. It's yours. Wants are far away. Want is something that's miles and miles away. Oh, I want that. I want this. I want that. A desire is something you already have. It's mine. I already got it. I just have to manifest this in the physical. Write it down. Number three, connect the dots. Now look at your lists. Where can you find the overlap? Your inner beast thrives in that intersection, the space where your fears and your desires collide. This right here is where the transformation happens. So it's time to take action. So again, this is a quick episode. As we wrap up today, remember this, 2025 is yours for the taking. if you decide for it to be, if you become that inner beast, if you unlock that inner beast. If you don't, prepare to repeat. The journey to discovering your inner beast starts with the awareness and the action. You got the power to break through any barrier in your way. So this episode was to challenge you to take a look inside, to start the look inside. Some people never do, and that's the first step in this. Some people never take that look, that first initial step. They repeat the same year over and over again until they die. Beast in the cage, never let out, tons of potential, never realized. So explore that overlap and take the actions. Face your fears, attack them head on. Wherever your fear is, that's where the task lies. Until next episode, stay strong, stay focused, and unleash that inner beast. Become that inner beast. This is your boy, Jeff Logan. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, leave a comment, spread the word on the episode. Much love. Becoming the beast.